Hi everyone, I wanted to take a minute to talk about a health benefit of engaging in exercise, and it's one that I don't think that a lot of people are talking about, but it's one that you might actually already recognize. So I'm Dr. Justin Kompf, and I specialize in helping people stay consistent with exercise. So before we get into today's topic, I want to give a little bit of a background study to set the stage for this important exercise health benefit. Now, SilverSneakers, it's an exercise program. It's available to older adults who are on Medicare. It provides gym memberships and offers specialized group exercise classes. So those are all free for people on this plan. Now, this program is great. It's resulted in improvements in physical and mental health. It's resulted in decreased risk of hospitalization, reductions in healthcare costs, and also reductions in depression. So I do want to cover one extra thing that it might also be beneficial for, and it's something that a lot of people are not talking about for exercise. So can exercising in groups, just like this one, can it reduce feelings of loneliness? So today we are going to talk about that. We're going to talk about loneliness. I don't think a lot of fitness and health professionals are talking about this important benefit of engaging in exercise with each other. But I think it's actually one of the most important things that a fitness coach can provide. And for people that are seeking out exercise opportunities, I think it's also great to feel like you are a part of a community. So as somebody who has been a part of many different gym communities, I know the health benefits of exercise, and I do believe that exercising with other people can exceed the health benefits associated with just simply engaging in the act of doing exercise. Now, there are a lot of different social contexts that you could exercise in. So you can exercise in a gym, you're surrounded by a lot of people, but still be on your own. You might exercise with a workout partner. You might exercise in a small group setting, like a group exercise class, or maybe small group personal training. You might even be in a walking group. I know that I have made several friends just exercising in the gym of my apartment. So let's go back to that SilverSneakers study. But before we do that, I would really love it if you would consider subscribing to this channel. It will help me cover important exercise and health related topics just like this one. So please do go ahead and subscribe, and let's get back into that SilverSneakers study. So researchers from the MIT Age Lab, what they did is they hypothesized that this SilverSneakers program would have an indirect effect on loneliness, and they say it's mediated through reduced social isolation. So mediation means the program reduces social isolation, and that reduction also contributes to lower levels of reported loneliness. So they looked at members who had been enrolled in the program for at least 6 months, and what they found was that compared to non-members, this SilverSneakers program, so membership there, was associated with lower social isolation. SilverSneakers members also had less loneliness, and again, this was, as they predicted, it was mediated through reductions in social isolation. So higher activity, you had lower isolation, and this was associated with less loneliness. Well, how big of a problem is loneliness, and how can exercise, and does exercise actually influence
Study
it?
is showing that loneliness is on the rise. And
walking clubs are taking off, and it's not just the exercise.
You're connecting with someone, which is something that I was kind of missing.
More and more.
So a report from Harvard did suggest that 36% of Americans, including 61% of young adults and 51% of mothers with children, feel serious loneliness, which is a pretty high number. So what is loneliness? So loneliness is, the definition is a perceived or subjective condition in which an individual is dissatisfied with the quality of their social relationships. Okay, so why does it matter? Why is it not great to feel lonely? So this is interesting, but increased loneliness is associated with worse health, and it's actually associated with worse health on par to things like cigarette smoking, alcohol consumption, physical inactivity, and obesity. And loneliness is also associated with depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, dementia, and also cardiovascular disorder. So what we do is we have a problem because it's associated with negative health outcomes with a high frequency in the population. And so what can we do about it? Now, the treatment must be associated with improvements in the outcome. So if we're going to prescribe something, we want it to have a positive impact on, in this case, loneliness, which will subsequently have a positive impact on health. Now, a systematic review. So systematic reviews are really just big synthesis on an existing topic. So looking at the overall broader literature on a specific topic and coming to some conclusions. So this is a 2024 review and it was titled Relationships Between Physical Activity and Loneliness, a systematic review of intervention studies. So this is looking at studies that prescribed exercise for loneliness. And what they did is, one, they synthesized some qualitative feedback, or just the people that were in the studies. What did they say about being in those studies, which I think is quite useful to cover. But some of them said it helped them get out of the house, made them feel supported and cared for, and it helped them to make meaningful relationships. And participants reported positive experiences with things like walking groups, which I think is an awesome thing to do. So walking with others, what they said is it seemed to provide a sense of belonging, shared motivation to be physically active, and an opportunity to make meaningful friendships with each other, even to the extent that they might have spent time with each other after the walking was completed. So all of these things had positive impacts on loneliness. Participants also reported that intervention coaches were helpful and that they played a really important role in feeling a sense of belonging and then also connection. So the relationship with the exercise instructor also mattered. So the review suggests that interactions with intervention coaches may have played a driving role in these intervention effects. All right, so what does this all mean? So for coaches, the quality of the social interaction really does matter, which means people prescribing exercise can really make a difference. And what I would say too is, for those of you who are looking around for a place to exercise, shop around and find what's right for you. Find a place where you feel supported, where you feel a sense of community. I think that that's really important. And recognize that that might be a great treatment for something that seems to be quite a pervasive problem.